Scott Park of Park Farming has discovered the connection between healthy soils, a healthy environment, and high-quality products on his Sutter County, California farm. That connection benefits both his operation and the local cannery who purchases his processing tomato product.
I wish that more of our growers would follow some of Scott's lead in terms of how they pay attention to their soil, testing their soil, and always working to improve the soil base that they have.
I started farming in 1974 and farmed totally conventionally. I was finding that I was having some problems with the soil quality, but I didn't know any different. I thought that's just the way, that's what farming is, and that's the way, the situation that I'm dealing with. The fall of 1985, I picked up a piece of ground for tomatoes. It was very close to the other ground I was farming, and the soil was extremely forgiving. We pulled some really big equipment in, expecting to be pulling up boulders to loosen the ground up, and instead the ripper went through the ground just like through warm butter. And so it really made me question my farming practices, and through time I became more and more aware of the importance of building up the soil, and that it would come back in time as all the advantages that I'm seeing. Seeing the value of soil health in time has sort of made me create this business model. But this is profit driven, but the profit is coming from being thoughtful with the soil. All the other falls in place easily. You know, my costs are reasonable because of cover crops. You're growing cover crops, yeah, there's an initial investment out, but your returns over time more than compensated, you know, 5 times over. I would hate to give up cover crops. So each part of the facet of all what I'm doing on taking care of the soil is making me money, and plus it's good for the environment, and I'm making money that I'm passing on to my crew.
So a soil health-based management system is going to incorporate 4 essential principles, and they are minimizing soil disturbance, keeping a living root in the soil 24/7, 365, diversification of your crops, and keeping cover on the ground. Scott's management system may not incorporate all 4 principles at once, but it's the accumulation over the course of a rotation that allows him to be successful with his soil building operation.
There's disturbance, but it's a practical disturbance. I've got to grow these crops. I can't not put the straw in.
Starting with his soil, he builds a very healthy plant, and you have to have that healthy plant to build a good base. Once you have that, then you end up with a plant that can resist diseases and insect pressure a lot more. So his fruit tends to be cleaner. He has a better canopy, which will protect against sunburn. And that means overall we have good, clean fruit coming from Scott Park's farm.
I'm not trying to get the biggest crop ever grown. What I'm trying to get is a good crop of good quality that the canners, they can put up the product they want, and I'm not worrying of over irrigations or of disease from irrigating late.
Scott finds a way to be very competitive in his yields, which means he's getting more revenue per acre. In turn, what that means is he and I can negotiate a price that's comfortable for us as well as for him. So he's still making money, and we can make sure that we're offering a product at a competitive price at the grocery store. More of our organic growers who yield much lower, they're requiring us to pay them a lot more to be able to keep them in business. If those growers can't figure out long-term how to raise their yields, then in the end, it becomes economically unviable for us to continue the business.
It's a real advantage to have the soil healthy, the root systems deep and strong, nutrients available, you know, because it's not just a water thing, it's all the other minerals that are available that are helping that tomato be good quality and not just a red ball of water.